So in this video, I'm going to tell you about a method that I came up with to kind of replace the daily upload of videos on the YouTube platform, or if you're using some other platform and some of the marketing gurus out there told you you need to upload videos for 30 days daily, 60 days, 90 days, a whole entire year, right? You may have heard things like this, and they would say, oh, this is gonna help you like learn faster, it's gonna help you get over the fear of presenting on camera, it's gonna help you learn to edit faster, it's gonna help you get over all those first set of crappy videos, and then it will help you be able to make better videos faster and quicker. It's going to give you momentum and growth on your channel. Yeah, all of those lovely things that you want to happen, but nobody is talking about how much work it actually is. I remember the first time that I did a video and I was piecing together, advice from all these different free YouTube videos online, and one of them was just film all the way through, like don't keep stopping and starting, right? And I ended up with about 3 hours of footage, and I haven't ever edited anything in my life, and it took me probably weeks to edit that, and it was so gross, so disgusting. I hated it more than I thought I would initially hate editing. I still don't like editing, but I think that made me like hate editing that much more. And then I took some better advice. I still don't stop and start, but I took some better advice in terms of figuring out what it is you really want to talk about in the video before you start the video, right? So that's just a quick tip and a little bit of reminiscence there on my part. But on to the method, okay? So I have analytic evidence in the back end of my own channel when it is I did this method in a response to the same 30-day video challenge and uploading whatever type of content it is. You are encouraged by some of these gurus to do it 30 days daily, and it's supposed to like generate this momentum. Now this is what I did because I literally could not do any better than this. And don't let people who don't know you, don't know your circumstance, and yes, there may be some odd duck that could do all of these things, and they out there saving the world, cooking and cleaning, building a business, going to school, not like literally doing everything, and you just there, well, I just have a job, and it's really stressful and I don't really have the time. It makes you look like, what's wrong with you? I want to say, no, nobody knows what your stress levels are, your mental capacity is, and what it is you are actually physically and mentally able to handle. Nobody could tell you that but you. So I knew that because I'm very hard-headed, I'm probably stubborn, but nobody could tell me that. Everybody could find somebody who has it worse off than you just to negate the fact of what you are going through. Don't let anybody do that to you. I really despise when people do that. So if it is that you don't have the time to do that, there's usually something that you can do instead, and that's what you need to look at. And that's how I came up with the Crescendo Decrescendo Method. So as the name dictates, it's really incrementally increasing as you go up, and then incrementally decreasing as you go down. So that's what I did. I incrementally increased my upload frequency every week. So what that looks like basically is that in week 1 I started with 1 video, in week 2 2 videos, week 3 3, week 4 4, and of course there are different iterations of this. So for me, I knew that the most that I could really push myself to do was 4 videos in 1 week. I could not do any more than that, right? And even when I attempted to do this, I was good on the way up, and on the way down I just plummeted. Like, I did maybe 2 videos and then 1 video on the way down when I was supposed to do 4 3 2 1 again. I think I did like 2 1. So I went 1 2 3 4 2 1, right? But it still gave me the momentum and the increase in views and subscribers on my YouTube channel that I was hoping to achieve, right? So what I want to say, as I was touching on earlier, there are different iterations. So you can do it as much as you can push. You could go all the way up to 7 and then come back down, right? I know for me, I kind of stuck in the middle. I could go up to 4 and then come back down, and that is what I'm actually doing right now. So if you look on my channel, you will see a significant amount of videos being uploaded, and it is not to be misconstrued with Vlogmas, because this is what I recommend you do instead, right? And this doesn't have seasonality. And what you can do, if you do the intermediate level like I do, and you go up to 4 and you come back down, that will stretch you over 2 months. So just don't just take my word for it. I'm going to show you in my analytics last year, when I did this in the month of July and August, what actually happened on my channel, right? So as you can see, I think around that time I had probably less than 100 subscribers, because I got to 100 subscribers in the month of December 2020. So this is even before I had 100 subscribers, right? And what had happened was, I did a tutorial at the time when my country, Trinidad and Tobago, had elections, and I did a tutorial style video, screen recording, on how to apply to work for elections, and that was the first video on my channel to kind of like blow up. Now, because it was time sensitive, and it was probably only a week or so before elections, I gathered about over 200 views on that video, and that was the most that I had ever gotten at that time on a single video on my channel. So when it is I saw that, again, listening to free YouTube videos around that time, they advised that you looked at your most popular video and tried to make like a sequel or a spin-off. And that is what I did. So I made a follow-up video talking about my experience working for elections, and that would have been obviously after elections was over. And that video got 100 views overnight, and all of the traffic source wasn't search, it was browse features, which means it was popping up on people's home screen and feed of those who would have watched the previous video about elections. So I was able to reach about half of the people who watched that first video, and then was obviously interested in what it was like actually working for elections. So I was able to tap into browse features, and throughout this time I was uploading more videos. And when you upload more videos, you kind of trigger the YouTube algorithm to give you overall more impressions, right? So the other thing I realized that was happening on my channel during this 2-month period while I was doing my Crescendo Decrescendo method is that my tutorial style videos, which are more evergreen type videos, started gaining some amount of traction. Those were my business style tutorial videos. They were getting more traction than my usual videos, and then there was this one YouTube tutorial video on how to upload your videos from an iPad that was getting way more views than usual, and that's the video that went on to continue to drive views to my channel to this day, and it is still the lead video in driving the most amount of views to my channel on a daily basis. Now, those type of videos are not seasonal like the other ones, but they are heavily rooted in SEO, and that is one of the main methods in order to get views consistently to your videos on YouTube. So more impressions, I was getting more views, videos were being picked up in the algorithm, some with YouTube search, some with browse features. Now, that wasn't the only thing that happened. What happened also subsequently is that the bottom line of my views increased. So before that, I may have been getting probably less than 10 views a day. My bottom line increased to about 25 views a day. Now I get almost close to 100 views a day. So this method also increased the amount of subscribers I was getting for the month. So I would say it was averaging about 1 subscriber every 2 to 3 days. Now I average about 1 subscriber every day, which is still probably a bit low to some people, but to me, I took almost a year just to get 100 subscribers, so I know how difficult it is in the first couple of months of starting your YouTube channel. So I have more videos on my channel about gaining views and gaining subscribers as a small YouTuber, so you can click on any one that's popping up on your screen now, and I'll see you in that next video.